sharpen your pencils and break out your calculators. Today we're combining chess and math. We need to figure out when a piece is being attacked and when it's also being defended, whether or not it's actually in danger. Take a look at this chessboard here, both sides clearly. If you have to develop your pieces, but it's the knight I want to focus on. How many different black pieces do you see that can capture the knight? Well, I count two. The queen and the bishop. If you got these two, then you're correct. There's no point in chess for being close to the right answer, just like in class. If your teacher says, "What's 2 times 2?" and you say 5, she's not going to say close. Okay, you're now right. So there's 2 attackers on the knight. How many pieces are aiming at or defending the knight? Or what might say, I only see one, the queen. So if there's 2 attackers and only 1 defender, then 2 against 1 is clearly no good for the white team. So here's the rule in chess. If there's more attackers than defenders, then this is one video from Fun Mastermind. Okay, this is just a little bit of the developing video. Okay, so the concept of the previous video, this is it. Okay, so let's see what will happen if the bishop takes. As you see here, the bishop took the knight. The knight with one of pieces. Let's say, however, black for some reason doesn't realize that, and maybe black doesn't consider it and does all this on. So here the knight can move away. Okay, having the knight in the center, which you should. However, we have to make sure that the knight is safe, not just put it in the center. Like I said in my last video, so what about the bishop? The bishop on c1. It can save it, right? Think of a move that the bishop can do to protect the knight. Okay, I can see maybe the bishop or the pawn. Okay, let's see what will happen if the pawn goes up. Okay, there's one way, that's one way to defend the knight. Okay, now it's 2 attackers and 2 defenders. Okay, so it's 2 against 2, so it's a tie. Then the defending side is okay. So once again, I'm going to repeat. If there's more attackers than the defender, the attacking side should attack. But if its defending side is 2.2, then it's okay. With the black king, once the bishop takes, we will take. The queen takes, then we will take. Now we will have win a queen. Yes, the queen will be angry, and the black side will also be angry. Okay, so there's more than different ways. There's the bishop to e3, as you see here. Yeah, okay. And does anyone see another way? Yes, the knight to e2. That is one of these ways. Okay, now the knight looks perfectly safe to me. Okay, notice I don't like this move. Why? Because the knight could be eaten. But you forgot about that knight. Yes. So this isn't exactly a good move. Okay, as you see, the bishop and the knight and the queen. So there's 3 attackers and only 1 defender. 2 defenders. But 1 defender is also attacked. So that's one big hell of a problem. What a much more complicated advantage. Okay, in a real chess game, wow, the board's so complicated in this game. Black wants to play this move pawn to g4, but before playing it, he must do very careful count of the attackers and defenders. I want you to take a picture. This pawn, if it went to g4, count the attackers. Okay? When you got that, actually count both. Okay? Let's count the attackers first. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm sure you got all of those. Okay, this pawn can capture it. The bishop and the bishop will be saving it. Okay, the bishop is also an attacker. That's 5, as you see here, and there's the queen, so that makes 6. Okay, as you see. Okay. So you're so surprised, yes? Yes, I think you're surprised. Okay, now let's count the defenders. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget the queen. 5. Okay. So now, do you think we should move it or not? Now, if we move the bishop, then there's 6 attackers and 6 defenders. So that looks equal to me. Does it look equal to you? Yeah. So it's done. Let's see what's happening. Okay. First thing, it will be taken, 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 another thing, taken, 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 taken. Who's the last one standing? The black, the original mover. So now, look what, and there's one pawn that we can eat. Yes. Now, black is in a very good position. And he's also protecting this pawn. Okay? So so I can show you when you're figuring out attackers and defenders. You also need to figure out who is getting better pieces. The pieces have point values. It's kind of, but you don't get a price tag. So you have to remember how much each piece costs. In chess, we say the pawn is worth 1 point. If you want to think of money, it's $1 or £1. The knight and the bishop are worth $3. But hey, MMS tastes a lot different. Okay? They move differently, but they have the same points. What about the rook? Is $5. The queen, it's $9. What about the king? The king doesn't have points. Okay, because if someone takes him, the game ends. Okay, whenever or not to make a trade. Okay, so now you know whenever or not to make a trade. without me giving you this idea, you will trade badly, okay? So you will lose a few points, okay? How about that? And this is the regular beginning of the chessboard as you know it, okay? Let's pretend to have some examples of a good trade, okay? How about 2 pawns and a bishop? Is that right? No, that's not right, because there's $2 for $3, and that wouldn't be good, okay? How about these two for that? Is it nice? No, it's not nice, because it's 3, 4, 5, and that's not exactly correct, okay? So that's 6 for 5. How about that? Okay, let's see if it's correct. 9 and 1, that makes 10, and 5 and 5, that also makes 10. Then right, that is correct, okay? As you see here, there's a few minutes till the video ends. I want you to trade better, okay? And so remember, points just help you to divide. Whenever or not trade is usually good, but it depends on the position. Have I seen positions? Yes, I have seen positions. You bet I have. But most of the times, rook is still better. 2 rooks are still better than a queen and a bishop. If there are more defenders than the attackers, you should usually make a capture, okay? When counting, you should count up the points of the pieces to decide if trading is good, okay? Now this brings us to the end of the session. Bye bye, and that's FM Mohammed.